Hello and welcome to our video series on Rules Engine for Amazon Connect. My name is Ritesh and I'm a Senior Solutions Architect Specialist for Amazon Connect based out of Sydney, Australia. In this video segment, we will guide you through the steps to install Rules Engine in your own AWS account. Let me first introduce the Rules Engine to you. Now, I'm not going to talk about the business rules and functionality the Rules Engine can do, but more for you to understand how Rule Engine is built. Rules Engine is developed using Node.js, which makes it super easy for us to do enhancements and for maintenance purpose. It is deployed using the Serverless framework and the AWS CloudFormation stacks, which makes it completely serverless and also fully compatible with your CI/CD tools. The scripts that we have developed for the installation auto-deploys the environment in your nominated AWS account. It creates S3 buckets, a CloudFront distribution for delivering the front end to the end user, DynamoDB tables for storing config and other business related data, some Lambda functions, IAM roles, etc. Probably the most important thing for us to understand here is that the Rules Engine maintains a one-on-one relationship with your Amazon Connect instance. For installing the Rules Engine, we need to be ready with few things. First, you will need access to our GitHub repository. This contains the source code and scripts required for the installation. The README file with the repo also takes you through the installation steps. Next, you will need Node Package Manager, or NPM, installed on your machine. Install the latest versions for Node.js, Serverless Framework, and AWS CLI if they are not already available on your machine. Also required is JQ, a lightweight and flexible command line JSON processor. For your AWS account access, you will need the AWS CLI configured with an admin profile. Make sure you have the AWS_profile environment variable set. If you're installing with the CI/CD tools, you do not require this variable, but will have to make sure that you have the right privileges for the access. You'll also need your AWS account number handy, and also the Amazon Connect instance ID that needs to be associated with the Rules Engine instance. Let's begin the installation steps. Open up the terminal window on your local machine and browse to the location where you can start cloning the GitHub repo. Use the git clone command or any other method to clone the repository onto the local machine. For each installation step, scripts are provided that require an environment file to be set up. We have provided some templates to these environment files that we can utilize. Let's make a copy of these files into our own environment variable files. Make sure you name these files that represent the right environment you're targeting to. In my case, I'm targeting a dev environment, so I've named the file as dev.sh. The location of these template files and the data that needs to be entered in these files is explained in the README file of the repository. Let's have a quick look at these environment files. Now open the two files in a text editor for editing. Let's have a look at dev.sh. Change the value of stage variable to represent the environment you are targeting to, such as dev, test, UAT, pre-prod, prod, etc. In my case, it is dev. You can leave the service variable to Rules Engine as is. The environment name variable will be used to display as a banner on top of the user interface of the Rules Engine, so change it accordingly. Set the region to your AWS region where you're deploying the environment to. Set the account number variable to the account number of your AWS account. The instance ID is the Amazon Connect instance ID, which you want to be linked with the Rules Engine. Make sure you only provide the instance ID and not the complete ARN, as we form the instance ARN later in the script. In our second environment file, dev-admin.json, we need to provide the credential informations for the superadmin to log in for the first time. Here, provide the user ID and the API key in a UUID format. You can generate the UUID using the uuidgenerator.net in a version 4 format, or you can use the Linux command line to generate these user IDs. Provide the first name, last name, and the email address for the admin to log in. You can leave the user enabled and the user role variables as is. For the next steps in the installation, open up the terminal window again. Make sure we have the latest version of AWS CLI installed and configured with the AWS profile. Also make sure we have the latest versions of Node.js installed on the machine. To install the serverless, from the project root location, execute the command npm install -g serverless. This will install serverless using the serverless.yaml file from the project root location. Wait for this command to finish. We can now start executing our scripts one by one. The very first script that we're going to run is RulesEngine create deployment bucket.sh. This script will create a deployment bucket for us with all the packaged code in it. Pass your environment name as an attribute to the script. In the end, the script is going to display the name of the bucket that was created. The next script that we execute is RulesEngine serverless deploy.sh. Pass your stage name to the script. This script will package the code and the CloudFormation stack, perform unit tests, and deploy the stack onto the nominated AWS account. It can take up to 10 minutes for the script to complete the execution. I will skip the video recording to the last part of the execution. Once the script has finished execution, you will receive a CloudFront URL to access the RulesEngine user portal. Using either Chrome or Firefox, open the URL to log in. You should be able to see the landing page of the RulesEngine explaining the architecture with a nice diagram. Click on the login button and enter the API key which you had set for the admin user. On successfully logging in, you should be able to see all the menus at the top of the screen that you can browse through. For the first time of execution, you will have to create all the required contact flows within your linked Amazon Connect instance. This can be done by going into the admin menu and clicking on System Health button. On the first instance of running this command, you should see all the contact flows as missing. Click on the repair environment to create this contact flows on the Amazon Connect instance. You can come back to this command in case you make accidental changes to the contact flows for the RulesEngine. Once the command is executed and you see the system status as healthy, you can continue browsing through the RulesEngine portal and creating rules and rule sets as per your business requirements. But that's for a different video. Till then, happy routing!